If you've been on the job 5 to 15 years, you've probably heard it said more than once. Overtime is optional. On paper, that's true. Policy-wise, it usually is. But mid-career, overtime often stops functioning as optional income and starts operating as structural income. This is for firefighters and medics who are no longer rookies, not yet at the back end of their career, and who want to understand how overtime quietly shifts from opportunity to expectation, and what that shift does to long-term leverage. Overtime starts simple. An extra shift here, a coverage gap there, holiday pay, a special event. It feels like opportunity. You're strong enough, motivated enough, still early enough in your career to handle it, and the paycheck reflects it. Then, something subtle happens. Your lifestyle adjusts, not recklessly, but gradually. You get used to the larger deposit, the higher monthly average, the extra margin. Without realizing it, your baseline expectation changes. Now here's where it becomes structural. If your mortgage, your car payment, or your fixed expenses require overtime to comfortably maintain, overtime is no longer optional. It's integrated. That's the shift most firefighters don't recognize. Overtime moves from opportunity to stability, from flexibility to requirement. And when that shift happens, your leverage decreases, because overtime depends on energy, department staffing, injury status, administrative decisions, economic cycles. It is not permanent income. It is variable income. And variable income should never support fixed obligations. This doesn't mean overtime is bad. It doesn't mean you shouldn't work it. Used strategically, overtime can accelerate financial independence, but only if it's treated as supplemental, not structural. Here's the long-term risk. If overtime becomes required for your lifestyle, injury becomes more expensive, burnout becomes more dangerous, and retirement becomes harder to transition into, because retirement eliminates overtime completely. And if your system was built around it, the adjustment feels severe. Mid-career is where this quietly forms, 5 to 15 years in. Income expands, confidence expands, responsibility expands. But if expenses expand at the same pace as overtime, you've created dependency, not leverage. The firefighters who avoid this trap don't avoid overtime. They redirect it. They invest it. They reduce principal. They build flexibility. They create margin. They treat overtime as acceleration, not survival. The difference is subtle, but structural. And structure determines outcomes. In the next video, we'll break down how to use overtime strategically without becoming dependent on it. Because the goal isn't to avoid work, it's to build leverage.